I'm also planning on putting some hydrocodone in there, some Vicodin. If there's an extreme injury or something, you could be in incredible pain. You know, whether it's a gunshot or you fall down a slope on a hill or something and you break your ankle, or there could be any number of reasons. But I'm thinking that I'm going to want something a little bit stronger in there to really cut the pain quick, just to keep the quality of life up. Plus, once again, the real strong stuff you could use to barter with. You know, I mean, it's wouldn't say you'd want to turn into a drug dealer or anything because you're in the woods, but you could use it. Somebody else in your group, you may group up with somebody, a couple people. I mean, survival is going to be better in a small group of people than it will be on your own. Okay, here is MSR fuel cell. Got 4 ounces of fuel. Got a little stove here. This is the stove. This is called the Pocket Rocket. MSR. It pulls out, unfolds, screws right on the top of here, and this will let you boil a pot of water about 8 times. This is 4 ounces of fuel. So building a fire may be tough in certain situations. It may be wet. You know, maybe raining. You might not have tinder or supplies around where you can really build a fire. You may need something quick. So this is the easy way. Pop that on there, light it up, boom, you've got flame instantly. You can put a pot of boiling water on there and make yourself some spaghetti and meat sauce. Really easy. You want to conserve on the fuel if possible, but this will get you by for a while. You know, that'll do you for a 3-day backpacking trip. This is my fire starting bag. This one I actually have to add something to, but I've got UCO stormproof matches. These are matches that will burn for 15 seconds, I think. In no matter what. These will burn underwater for 15 seconds. I've got a fire steel, you know, what do they call it? Ferro rod. You just scrape them off with your knife, or there's actually a striker on this one, and that's good for, I don't know, something like 3,000 strikes. And it creates a spark, and you can light a fire with that. I do want to add to this bag lighters, 1 or 2 lighters, because I want 3 ways minimum to start a fire. Fire's going to give you heat. Fire's going to allow you to cook your food. The fire starting methods aren't very heavy or bulky, so might as well make sure you can get your fire started. I mean, just a couple ounces. And then I have my seasonings and water purification and silverware. This is Lexan silverware. It's very light. You can save weight and go to that little spork, but you're saving like a ½ an ounce maybe at the most. These are super light. I've got a full-size spoon and a full-size fork. I've got 5-hour energy. You may need a jump. You may be sleepy and need to be awake for a situation. Those have caffeine and some stimulants in them, and some decent amount of energy. I've got some chiclets, sugar, salt, pepper. I've got water purification tablets. If you don't have clean drinking source, you're going to need to fill up your Nalgene's and drop a couple of these tablets in. I think there's about 50 tablets in there, and you know, ½ hour, an hour, or whatever it is, your water will be safe to drink. It may not taste great, but it'll be safe to drink. So clean water is definitely valuable, definitely important. Actually, what I don't have and want to add to this bag is a water purifier, water filter. I like one from, I think it's MSR. It's a ceramic filter that you pump, so you can basically just drink water straight out of a murky pond, and it'll be fine to drink once it pumps through there. Saw a video about some kids drinking water out of a fish tank on YouTube, and it was totally fine to drink. They didn't care. It's pretty amazing. But with water purification tablets, I'm covered for now. I'll probably add that filter in a little while here. But to help the taste, if it tastes horrible, it's mental too. It not only tastes bad, but it's going to get in your mind and go, man, this really sucks, you know. So I've got Camelback Elixir. You drop that into water, and it basically turns it into a sports drink, like Gatorade or something. You've got your electrolytes in there. It's berry flavored, so it kind of can mask any flavors of the water purification tablets. So that's pretty cool. That's serves 12. And then I've also got some fizzies, these little things you just drop into water and it turns it into a soft drink, essentially. Here I have a backup stove. It's about the size of a pack of cards. It opens up. Okay, like that. Pot can sit right on top. And then there's fuel tablets in here. There's actually 12 fuel tablets. Now, these are good for boiling water. They're good for cooking food. They're good to use. You can save these, or you can use these and save on your fuel. They're a real easy way to cook. So it's a little backup stove. You can use this to barter with. If you're all set with your fire creation methods or cooking methods, you can, this thing's going to be worth its weight in gold. So, backup stove. Okay, what else have I got in here? Okay, here I've got the Write in the Rain notebook. Paper. It's waterproof, weatherproof. You may need to leave somebody a note. You may need to, you may want to write down something about your travels. You may want to keep a little diary or something. Just, keep you from going crazy. Note and, paper and a pen. Okay. Also in here, which I don't have in the bag at the moment, in here I'm going to have my handgun. You never know when you might need some protection. The threat of force is huge. Somebody's trying to rob you of your goods, and you have a gun and they don't. They're not going to rob you of your goods, and vice versa. So, handgun. I don't. My thoughts behind weapons in a bug out bag. You don't need to go huge. You don't need to. Some people are like, I'm going to bug out and I'm going to carry just 3 tactical weapons and 35 pounds of ammo. Well, then you're going to starve to death, or you're going to turn into a robber, and you're going to shoot a bunch of people for their food. So, I say stay small. Stay with a smaller caliber. That's my philosophy, because you can carry more bullets. I'd rather have more 9mm bullets than, I'd rather have 50 9mm bullets than 20 45s. It just gives you that many more options to hunt. Hunt deer, hunt small game, use them for protection. And there's going to be lots of different scenarios where you may need bullets, and you may find yourself going through them. They say in a panic situation, I've actually taken some gun training courses, in a panic situation from something like 12 feet away with a revolver, a person who's in the panic situation from an attacker at about 12-foot distance will actually only hit 1 out of 5. So you can see in a stressed scenario where you're going to go through bullets so fast, if you're not prepared for it or trained for it, that you're going to want as many as you can carry. Illumination. For a light, what I choose is, or what I chose here is Princeton Tech. This is the EOS, or the EOS headlamp, LED headlamp. This one is waterproof, so it's not going to fail you. It has 3 brightness settings plus a blink mode for signaling. And one important factor behind lighting is that it is hands-free. You could be climbing up an embankment at night. You could be working your way through a stairwell or something at night, and you need to see what's around you, but you need your hands to hold on to stuff. You maybe have a hiking stick, maybe you need it for stability. This eliminates the use of your hand. Plus, it's an LED light, so it's super efficient. You get a whole bunch of runtime for the couple batteries that are in here. Which reminds me, that's another thing I want to back up on. Is some more batteries. I have to put some more batteries in my bag somewhere. It's just a couple AAAs, I believe, in here. I think it's 3 AAAs. But I'll pick up some lithiums because they're good in the cold too. But just a couple ounces It's definitely worth it. And you get lots of runtime. You get to choose your brightness, so you can use it, you can conserve on your battery power by using it on a lower output mode. So illumination, very important. Now, if something should happen to your main light, backup lights are super light. This is just a little clip light. It's actually still in the package. I should take it out of the package and clip it to the outside of my bag. But this light's not even an ounce, and it has, I think, 3 different blink modes. It has lots of stuff in it, but lots of function. I think you have a couple different brightnesses, and then you have a blink mode. You could use this for signaling. You could give this to somebody else. If somebody in your party doesn't have a light, you have to meet up somewhere, you have to get somewhere at night, or in a dark area. If the power's out, there's going to be lots of dark areas. It's not just at night. That's a good thing to have. Little backup light. It's inexpensive, it's super light to carry, and it's good insurance. Okay, here I have a full roll of duct tape. I think duct tape is so useful. This is a full roll of the regular stuff. Now it's wide enough that you can tear this off, and you can make 3 or 4 different runs out of this. You know, use it all the way down, then tear off just a little more all the way down. This is actually, let's see, 30 yards. So I've got 90 feet here. Split that 3 ways. I've got 270 feet of duct tape. So you can use, you know, once again, cordage. 100 uses for this. Speaking of cordage, there's another 50, or 100 feet, sorry, another 100 feet. This is just some olive drab stuff. May need it to, you know, shelter building. It's again, food if you're in a wilderness area where there's predators or other people. You may need to zip your food up the tree to make it less noticeable or accessible. First aid kit. This first aid kit is actually what I use at home all the time. I use supplies out of it, and then I buy more supplies and put them in it, so it's always replenished. But in here we've got lots of stuff. We've got some more drugs. We've got aspirin, ibuprofen, allergy pills. We've got some more medical tape, sterile bandages. I've got a full-size antibiotic ointment in here. So this is from Adventure Medical Kits. It's actually very lightweight. They're designed to be super lightweight, so they're designed for backpackers and climbers and everybody just for that purpose. So that's a good thing to have, because a cut can get infected, and then you die a painful death a day later just because you got some kind of cut that went gross on you. Got goofy on you. I've got handcuffs. May need to restrain somebody. I can't think of many other uses for this, but you may need to restrain somebody. Somebody may be getting a little crazy on you. You may need to hold him where he's at or restrain them to keep you and your party safe. Handcuffs. They're not very light, unfortunately. They're kind of heavy, but this would do the job. You know what also would do the job though? Duct tape. So this isn't exactly necessary. You may say, you know, that's not a very good idea. I had them, so I put them in there, but the more I think about it, you just tape somebody to a tree with this stuff, and they're not getting out either. So this will handle it right away, though. You won't have to hold them down or anything. You just grab their arms, pop it on. Duct tape would take a little longer, I guess. And I have a whistle. You may need to signal to somebody. You know, somebody's across a big distance. You may need to call for help. You know, you may see a helicopter going over. They can't hear you yell, but they might hear this. This thing is, I think it's like 140 decibels or some crazy thing. If you blow it all the way, let's see. Ugh. It's loud. It's very loud. And I probably signal somebody the cops are going to show. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for what I have in my bag right now. Like I said, I'm going to add a weapon, handgun. I'd like to add another fire starting method, like a lighter. A few little modifications, but that's what I've got with me so far. Give me any suggestions if you guys have any of what you think my bag's missing or what you might put in it. Obviously, I think I could use a little more clothing too. Probably a clean pair of underwear and maybe a t-shirt or something. But I'm going to have what I have on me at the time. So plan on, if I do have to get in that situation, I'm taking my boots, my Gore-Tex boots, and taking care of the feet. So. All right, well, leave me a comment, and sorry if I went a little long again. You guys have a good one. Stay safe.
Is this thing on?